In the Bible, there's a prophecy, and that prophecy says that in the end of time, all these people that were exiled, that we call the lost tribes of Israel, will get up and come back to Israel. And it'll start happening all over in the four corners of the world. And they'll just get up and start moving back. And what if it was actually happening? Here you have this prophecy, and people are actually getting up. They may be in your own neighborhood, and they're packing their bags into you. They're just somebody else packing their bags and moving. But in actual fact, they're responding to some kind of biblical post-hypnotic suggestion. I'm not talking about 1,000 years. I'm talking about 2,700-year-old suggestion that they're responding to now. And we could actually film these people and match the prophecy with the events. And the reason it should matter is that because once they do what they have to do, they trigger the apocalypse.
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom.
Yeah, close up the breaches. Close up the breaches represent the tribes, cementing them back together. You know?
Matter of fact.
Yeah, so in the kingdom, you ain't gonna have no so-called Puerto Rican hating the so-called black man,
no Native American,
so-called black man hating the so-called Mexican. You ain't gonna have that crap in the kingdom. All the tribes are gonna cohabitate harmoniously. That's right. Gotcha. It's gonna be harmony.
Yeah, just like the ranks, brother.
Yep.
In other words, ain't gonna be no Fred Sanford type niggas in the kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah, some old Israelite looking at a so-called Puerto Rican cutting his eye at him. You know? Okay. You ain't gonna have that in the kingdom, man. Like you have now. Yep. Even now, you got
the word
girls up in Harlem. They don't like so-called Puerto Ricans, or they don't like the so-called Mexicans. Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel 37 and 15. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions.
Yeah, we looked up that word stick. I forgot the Hebrew word right now, but it means plank.
Yep, that's what it means.
And the plank is the sun. The sun. All right? The sun is the stick. Read again.
It says, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel.
Right, Judah and the children of Israel represent Benjamin and Levi.
His companions.
His companions. Because when you read about the kingdom of Judah, or the southern kingdom, that consisted of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Yep. When you read about the southern kingdom. Go on, go.
Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for
Joseph, the stick of Ephraim. There's Ephraim right here. Ephraim today is the so-called Puerto Ricans. All right, go on, brother.
It says, and for all the house of Israel, his companions.
And those are his companions, beginning with Simeon all the way down to Issachar. Because when, I believe it was Ahijah, the prophet Ahijah came to Jeroboam, and he tore, I think it was he tore his garment, and he gave him 10 pieces, symbolizing that Jeroboam would lead the 10 tribes away from the land of Israel to the land of Assyria, which they went into the land of Assyria, and from the land of Assyria, they came over here to this so-called New World, which was about 722 BC.
Yep, that's right.
All right? So that's Ephraim and the tribe of Joseph and his companions. Go on, brother.
And join them one to another.
And that's what you're seeing here. They're all joined now. All the tribes are joined now. 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And it's no coincidence all these people are in the ghetto. The so-called...
and they're all in America.
Right, they're all in America, and they're all in the ghetto.
Hey, shalom, shalom. And first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. A double honors to the apostles and elders. Salutations to the Akim that's out there doing the work of truth and necessity. This is Anaya Yahweh with the beloved truth. And, today's lesson is, based off that video you've seen in the beginning, But, of course, he's off a little bit, but, hey, the point is, man, we're triggering the apocalypse, We're triggering the apocalypse, And the Lord, is giving us the strength, the power, the spirit to consume the heathen with the word, with the spirit of his mouth, as the scriptures say, And this is the time that the devil is being revealed, who comes in the power of Satan, which is a so-called white man, Esau, Edom, all right, who has the ultimate judgment coming in these last days, all right? And so their kingdom is falling, Revelations 12:12, and they're desperate, and they're going to try to drag everybody down with them, And hey, and if it weren't for us revealing, who they are, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, then none of this would be happening, okay? And I just wanted to grab that small point, that guy, of course he's wrong. The Israelites are not just going to wake up and go to Israel. The Israelites are going to be saved, all right? They're going to be scarcely saved, all right, by way of chariots, the chariots of the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, which they call UFOs, all right? But they're going to beam us up, okay? And they're going to save us from the destruction, which is thermonuclear destruction that's going to happen, when you read Isaiah 34, And so let's go, let's continue. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It says, Salaki, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. All right, so Salaki. All right. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Okay. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verses 1. It says, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. All right. And this is the end time. The guy mentioned 2,700 years. They've been waiting for this. This is a prophecy, that was said aforetime, and this was the judgment, that was passed down to the Israelites, that we were going to inherit the world, It says, right. And so, the righteous man is standing in great boldness now, in the face of such as have afflicted him. And what is more horrific than a transatlantic slave trade? Nothing. Nothing is more horrific than a transatlantic slave trade. We have suffered, we have toiled, and we have been, pretty much silenced. Nobody's coming to help us. The scripture even say it, who shall bemoan thee? Who shall have pity upon thee? Oh, Jerusalem. Nobody's care, man. We're literally being, fought against on a level where they're literally trying to get rid of us. They're trying to get rid of the name of Israel, the memory of our people, out of the earth. And what's going to happen is it's going to turn upside down upon Esau's head, and they're not going to be remembered in the future world to come. All right. Verse 2, it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. All right. And just to, reference the point, that apocalypse, man, we have single-handedly started an apocalypse through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We have single-handedly, brought division and turmoil to the souls of the wicked, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. It says when they see it, and this is the point once again, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. All right. And I just want to stop it right there. The next scripture is Psalm 65:8. All right. 65:8. Psalms, because this is way beyond all that they look for. Us rising up, us getting the truth. They thought we were completely destroyed, man. They thought that we were imbeciles, we were unfit, we were just unlucky, and they didn't bring to mind all the generated, disparity that they brought upon us. They didn't care. They didn't have the empathy. They don't have the empathy. They just continue to do wicked. They continue to lean on people, take people's resources, and they don't care. They don't bring it to mind, all the evils that they do to people, And now it's being recalled. The Lord is bringing it back, all right? which call Yahweh Baha Rawchaa, man. They're going to understand their faults. They're going to understand the wickedness and the extremities that they went to, and wickedness that they went to, man. And they're going to swallow it down. All right. They're going to swallow it down for 1,000 years. All right. And they are terrified. They're afraid, man. They are afraid. Okay. And brothers have to understand this. So they're desperate, and of course they're cowards. They're gonna desperately do anything they possibly can, and they're gonna forward it through their technology. Okay, which only is more stripes to be added unto them. All right, they're gonna get more stripes in the kingdom, because they're desperately going out the way they're going out. You know, Psalm 65:8, it says, "They also that dwell in the uttermost parts are afraid of thy tokens. Thou makest the outgoings of the morning, all right, and evening to rejoice." All right. And so the point here is that, those that dwell in the uttermost parts, which, when you go into the word uttermost, let's go into the word uttermost. All right. They also that dwell in the uttermost parts are afraid of thy tokens. So Quatazawa, I think, Tazawa. All right. It says in border boundary, uttermost. And when you go into uttermost, it's talking about really to the ends of the earth. Okay. And I might have been Slovakia. Yeah, so the end, uttermost. Let's go into this reference really quick. All right, so uttermost, basically the ends of the world, all right, are afraid of thy tokens, and thou makest the outgoings of the morning and evening to rejoice, So the world, they're afraid of the signs, okay? And those signs, one of the signs is what? The nation of Israel waking up, back in that Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for, right? And so the Lord is springing this upon them at a time where they're at their most comfortablest, they're at their most wickedest point. And the Lord is saying, hey, out of nowhere, and us by us just rising up, we have become that thorn in their side. We are grievous to behold, as the scriptures say, hey, let me get that real quick. Real quick. That's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. All right. This is Esau. Let me start at 1. I'm going to jump to 7, I think. Wisdom of Solomon 2:2. It says, "For the ungodly said, reasoning within themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious, and in death of a man, and in the death of a man, there is no remedy." All right. So they can't fix death. And that's what they're trying to do through transhumanism. All right. It says, "Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave except for Yahushua." Okay. All right. It says, "For we are born at all." Well, I'll jump to the point. Okay. And remember, this is the godly, and this is what they're saying. Okay. So verses 2 and 9, it says, "Let none of us go without." Salakia. 10. "Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age." All right. And this is the plight of the so-called wicked, or the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. All right. And they do it through laws. They frame it mischief by way of law, as the scriptures say. And they use their laws to come after people. And they'll spice it up as though what they're doing is all innocent, and they just want to be free, and they just want liberty. And then that's beyond the truth. That's not the truth. They want lewdness. They don't want God in the picture. They want to be perverse. They want to perverse all his words. And it's just horrible, man. All right. It's just disgusting, man. It's disgusting, Esau like to use that word, disgusting, just throw it back at you. It says, "Let our strength be the law of justice." See, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. And we're feeble. All right. And so they think we're worth nothing because we're feeble. Well, the Lord Yahweh has made us feeble. All right. That's why you nations are able to, get up over us and rule us, and look down on us. We're at the very bottom rungs of society. And if you know anything about how this society is ran, it's ran exactly like a pyramid scheme. You got the middle class who are mostly cops or, your heroes. They're cops. All right. And then you have an injustice system, the law in which the elites have set, but they don't hold themselves to the same standard. They only hold the poor to that standard. OK, and they make certain laws. All right. The war against drugs, when they funnel drugs within our community, we have no boats. We have no access to anything militarily. All right. And through the military, they brought these things over. We were exploited on a political level. All right. And they continue to do it. Political, the prison industrial complex. Now, they lock us up for possession. OK. And whether it be weed or whatever other drug, and they have all power to bring that type of stuff into the country. OK. But now they're making money off of weed and paying off debt. The government is, and now they're still locking their citizens up. This is totalitarianism. This is just a tyrannical rule, man. It's unfair. There's always been unfair for you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. And it'll never be, this will always be our hell. All right. And they don't want us to speak out about it. It's pure hypocrisy, man. It's pure. It's just disgusting. All right. Let's continue. Slakia. It says, let our strength be the law of justice. All right. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth, and our people don't have the mindset, because the scriptures say my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And that's where these so-called white people have trumped us. They have exploited us on a level where, because we cannot psychologically or intellectually know the laws or know how to live in this society, they have set up rules to basically derail us, man, to roadblock us, to stonewall us. Okay, it's like, I know I'm going a little left field, but let's continue. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. All right. And he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law, and objected to our infamy, the transgressings of our education. All right. Which their wisdom, their education is completely off. With all the wisdom that they have, they still don't know the Most High Yahweh. And they want to break things down on a scientific level. All right. Everything is scientific for these people, but they can't even scientifically explain their own damn downfall. All right. And it's because they oppressed the poor, and they didn't think that the Most High would hear us out. They thought us to be nothing worth. All right. When you look at it, man, and Tawada Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man, for all of this, man, because if it wasn't for the Lord, man, we'll just be, they'll literally just commit genocide against us, man. They'll literally execute our whole nation. They'll execute everything about us, Sirach 4 and 6. Let's start at 5, and this is for Esau, man. Uh-oh. Damn, y'all in trouble. Sirach 4, I thought it was going to start at 6, but Sirach 4 and 1, it says, my son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to wait long. And what did they do to us in slavery, man, that the Lord did not take account of? All right. You got it sick, twisted. The Lord said, my eyes are 1,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man. See, you think that the Most High didn't see all the evil things that you so-called white people have done in slavery? And you get mad at the fact that we bring it up because it's a shameful spewing on your glory. Everything that you procured and gotten was by ill-gotten gains, man. All right? And they say there's no living family that had slaves. You had a jump start in this society where you've defrauded all these poor Israelites, all right, who were slaves to you, and you had power and rule over them any way you saw fit, and not to mention all the slave labor, all the resources that you that you squeezed up out of our ancestors, okay? And you shared it amongst these nations. You were selling, and then you inherited all this wealth and passed it down. All right, J.P. Morgan, all these Bank of America, all these different banks. They took what they made off of the backs of slaves and made empires out of them and made all these industries. All right, and so don't act like our cry isn't worth anything, man. And you're gonna see the wrath of God. All right, you're gonna see the wrath of God because you thought that you could just do whatever the hell you wanted to and spit on us and treat us like shit on a daily basis, okay? And think that it didn't mean anything. All right, it didn't mean anything to you because you lack empathy. You are not human. All right, you are the worst thing that ever happened to this universe. You're the worst thing that ever happened to this earth. All right. Salakia, and I'm ranting right now, but I'm gonna get back to my lesson. But Salakia, it says, "Make not an hungry soul sorrowful," which they did. "Neither provoke a man in his distress," and they did. "Add no more trouble to an heart that is vexed, and defer not to give him that is in need," and they did that. They deferred. All right, they deferred, and when we were hungry, they gave us the worst of the worst. All right, they made us eat every part of the pig. All right, okay. It says the scriptures talk about them forwarding our affliction. It says, "And add not more trouble to an heart that is vexed, and defer not to give him that is in need." All right, and they do that. They still do that to this day, man. The number one target of their enterprise is you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American men. All right. Period, point blank. Okay. It proves it. Your political ventures, Me Too movement, all this bullshit, the LGBTQA is nothing but a shot at you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. But the Lord is going to shoot at you. All right. It says, "Reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from a poor man. Turn not away thine eye from the needy, and give him none occasion to curse thee." And you gave us all reason to curse you. You gave us all reason to curse you. All right. You gave us all reason to pray to the Most High so that your judgment can come, man. It says, "For if he cursed thee in the bitterness of his soul, his prayer shall be heard of him that made him." And who made us? Yahweh Baha Rawchaa. All right. The one that you fear, but yet you'll still pervert his ways. You'll still say he doesn't exist. You'll still spit on his Bible. You'll make a gay Bible. All right. You'll do all these hurtful works behind closed doors and openly, and then expect nothing to happen to you. All in the name of freedom, all in the name of liberty. All right. Well, you're going to have your liberty. All right. And you destroyed yourself. Period, point blank. And that ain't something I care too much about. You destroyed yourself. So you're not going to have any pity. Nobody's going to console you when you're down. All right. The hell with you. Okay. It says, let me see, verse 6, "For if he cursed thee in the bitterness of his soul, his prayer shall be heard of him that made him. Get thyself the love of the congregation and bow thy head." No, but that's pretty much it on that. All right. Next scripture is Joel 3:11. And this was, and I was supposed to bring this out earlier, but this was supposed to be for the comment that guy made in that video. All right. Okay. Which, he's off, because everybody that's Israelites that's supposed to wake up in these end times are not going to be just getting up and going to Israel. If you're getting up and going to Israel, you're going there to be destroyed. Period, point blank. Because they're gonna blow themselves to hell. All right. Joel 3:11. Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Those are the angels. Why? Because the angels are working on the minds of the leaders and all of these different empires, that these generals, what to go to war together. Because the scriptures say, I stir up jealousy like a man of war. It's the Lord that's bringing you into this final battle. Okay? It says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat. All right, which is that's where that great and dreadful day is going to be. That war to end all wars is going to be. All right, it says, for there will I sit, okay, to judge all the heathen round about. So if you're in that land, the Lord is going to judge you, period, point blank. And that was just a cut to what the guy had said. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. All right. And that is time has come, man. You've done all you could do, all the wickedness you could do, and the Lord is on your heels. All right. The heathen shall be judged there. Okay. Matthew 24:27. And this is how we're supposed to be saved. All right. This is how we're supposed to be saved. Okay. We're going to be saved by being via chariots. We're going to be beamed up. Scotty. Okay. It says, Matthew 24:27, for as the lightning coming out of the east and shining even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. All right. And that's how we're going to be taken out. All right. It's talking about the angels lifting up the elect. OK. What proves that? Amos 9:9. All right. Because the Lord is not going to, he's not going to, all that be of that number, none of them are going to be left. All right. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All right. And so the Lord is going to sift Israel, and we're going to be risen up. All right, when this destruction comes, okay? And that's how Israel is going to be put in that land. Not just by willy-nilly, oh, I'm an Israelite, I'm going to go over there to the land of Israel, when the land of Israel or the state of Israel is going to be purified by way of fire, okay? Revelations 11:11, and it probably don't hit as I was, intended them to hit, because, I kind of went left field, but Salakia. Revelation 11:11, it says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. All right. And I'm supposed to read this around Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, but that's what I'm referencing the scripture back to, Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, that great fear and dread that's coming over them, because the Lord has risen us up. OK, because at one point there was a great falling away first. All right. Where the truth wasn't as widespread as it is. In fact, the truth was pretty much gone, and now it's resurfaced through who? The children of Israel, who single-handedly brought upon the apocalypse through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, and you brothers give yourself a pat on the back, a hand clap, all right, and a few hurrahs, man, because this is beautiful, man. All right. This is beautiful, and there's nothing they can absolutely do to us, all right, that hasn't already been done, okay? This is the last time, okay? This is the very last time, okay? And it's never going to happen ever again. It's never even going to be thought of, okay? This is going to be a bad dream. We're going to wake up from this nightmare, as the scripture tells you, I think it's Job 20 or Job 19, man. He shall flee away as a nightmare, man. Okay? And that's what this is. This whole, you can't even enjoy your fucking family. You can't even enjoy your family, man. You can't even enjoy your little ones because of this devil, man. Because he want to pervert them in the worst ways possible. All right? Through his LGBT, through sex education, trying to teaching kids to have anal sex. What kind of madness is that, man? They wouldn't do it to their own. but they're doing it to us. And when we decide to take care of each other or want to take care of each other, they want to pass laws, you know? Now you can't get your daughter, you can't do checkups on your daughters, man. Everything is geared to taking our liberty away, man. And the Lord sees that, man, and it pisses him off just as much as it pisses us off. Or even, I'm sorry, Salaki, it pisses him off way beyond than what we can be mad at. Okay? It says, after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High Yahweh entered into them. Israelites, okay? Entered into them. That is the them, okay? Israel. And they stood upon their feet, okay? And great fear fell upon them which saw them, all right? Okay? And it's great fear is falling upon our enemies. And if you think these so-called white people are not fearing what's going on, you're out of your mind, all right? The New Jersey, with them basically claiming that, you know, we're terrorists and all of that, that shows you the great fear that they have, all right? When anybody plays the victim, especially Esau, all right, it says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them, all right? And that's how you're going to see the elect of Israel are going to be saved, and these people are going to be sitting on this earth while those nuclear missiles are coming down, and while we're being beamed up into the chariots, they're going to see us, all right? Because it's beyond it all that they have looked for, man. They didn't expect what's going to happen, okay? Which make this thing way much more precious, you know, because right now they think we're full of shit. They think we're full of shit. And they think they can just rule over us and treat us any type of way. But, Salaki, let me see if I had anything else. John 3:19, all right? John 3:19, okay? Yeah, the condemnation. Yep, So 3:19, it says it. John 3:19, it says, and this is the condemnation, that the light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hated the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. All right? But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High. All right? And so, you know, to break this down, man, the condemnation, we are the condemnation of this world, you know? We are the condemnation of this world, all right? And these people love evil rather than good, okay? And that's why it's a condemnation to them, okay? All right, so, yeah, so just another point, you know, but he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be manifest, all right? And so that's why we do this truth, that our deeds may be manifest. We know we were brought up in this Western civilization, which is not civilization. It's Western madness, Western chaos, okay? All these different ideals and all these different worshiping of these different idols through their holidays, and it's just all perverse, man, all right? They don't think so because they love the evil. They're settled on their leaves, as the scriptures say, you know. But yeah, we do this truth, man, so we can be made perfect. Because we're imperfect right now, living in this world. We're not perfect. We're not righteous, you know. And we want